Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom's back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Yes, we are back with our buddy Jerry. Now, literally, I think the main takeaway from that video, I wanted this video to kind of sit and sizzle. There are like 72 comments on here. A lot of these comments I think are really interesting, and I kind of wanted to share with everybody and kind of respond to some of them as well. Instead of responding to them one by typing it out, I'm just going to respond to all of them in the video because there's a lot of really good ideas down there. But yeah, the main thing about Jerry, I think some people didn't really understand. I don't want Jerry's to go away. I don't want Jerry's to die. I want to help Jerry's. The entire point of making this game better than where it is right now is to help Jerry's. We want all cars to feel useful, to feel fun to upgrade and to collect. If not, what is the point? But anyway, I got 72 comments in here, man, and I really kind of enjoyed it. Honestly, this guy from Tio is like one of my favorite comments. Like, with all due respect, I don't always agree with you, but this video and suggestions are actually better than the whole Hutch employee system in the last 6 months alone. And that's kind of the general consensus. I'm kind of glad that people that don't usually agree with me at least agree with me on this video, because it's kind of one of those situations where, like, what is it, like, yeah, your enemy, we share the common enemy. What's the thing I'm looking for? Like, my enemy is your enemy, and then your enemy is your friend, something like that. You get what I'm talking about? But yeah, literally, I think it's nice to see that the player base is kind of coming together, and we're kind of just agreeing in one thing, and that Hutch is just really incompetent with the game right now, and it's so freaking sad. So yeah, that's really cool. Anyway, 49 people agreed with him. I'll talk about this one later. This is a pretty long one. But yeah, let's see what other people have to say. What I also see in the game is that Hutch over-evaluates new cars, always. And sometimes they always give them more handling, a better 0 to 60, in order to make you buy packs. Yeah, honestly, this is such a scummy move. Like, this is my opinion. It's a scummy move. You can't call your game a game based on, like, you know, real life statistics, but you boost false information. Like, maybe it's not right to say false information, but you boost stats, like you over-evaluate new cars. That's a good way of saying it. You know, like, think about it this way. Like, ABGB brought a bunch of Mitsubishis, or I brought a bunch of Mitsubishis or something like that, and a lot of them kind of just got nerfed, like right when the new update comes around. It always seems like the cars only stay OP for the time of their update, and when a new update comes around, like, the older stuff gets nerfed, so people don't play with them anymore. Another example is, like, the build up to APGP. A lot of the OG Mitsubishis got their handling cut, so that the new Mitsubishis could be quote unquote better, so you buy packs. It's honestly just such a scummy move. But yeah, that's one thing that's also really annoying. This over evaluation, I don't even think that it's, like, genuine, you know, like, they're just doing it so they can sell packs. But that's the thing, you know, I feel like Hutch is in this mindset where in order for people to buy packs, they must have the best of the best cars. That's not really the case. It's really, I feel like the priority is making all cars useful to some degree, than only making the newest and truest cars be the most useful ones and everything else not be useful. I think you can benefit more if every single car in the game was useful to some degree. Like, they all had some use, and, you know, they were all, you know, fairly easily to upgrade in their own right. Here's another one. Slims completely agree. I have for a long time said to Hutch that they need to change the upgrade requirements and how it works in two ways. Either remove a requirement by upgrading Rarity or changing it by RQ. Changing it so lower RQs in the Rarity require less resources. Yep, I agree. For example, RQ 65 is only needed in 1 ultra rare and 2 super rares. Almost like a setup, almost like a step up. Maybe 7075 needs 2 ultra rares and 1 super rare. I think what he means is, like, per upgrade, like, you know, because you need to use like 3 ultra rares right now. So like just 1 or 2. Yeah, that's cool too. There are 297 65 to 70s. That is a incredibly massive number. 297, that's basically like almost 300 epics that you would not want to open. I mean, like, think about it this way. You get those epic packs with the flags, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably opened one by now, even if you're free to play, because this system has been in the game for months and months, so you could have collected flags here and there maybe. But yeah, like, literally that pack, I hate it so much. I don't even open it, because look at this, you literally have 300 cars that you don't even want, and honestly for me, it's up in 65 to 70. I don't want 65 to like 74 almost, which most people don't touch. And another 180 to 83 legendaries that are 80 to 85. So over 10% of the cars in the game are worthless. Yeah, that's over 10% of the cars of the game. 10% of the cars of in the game, and that's only the low-end epic and legendaries. Think about the entirety of commons. I freaking hate commons. I feel like almost every single common is useless. So that would add it to like maybe 25% or something like that. Depending on how many commons are in the game, they're also like just generally uncommons and rares and super rares that people don't tend to use. Like, I feel like yes, it's 10% in this number, but it really goes towards more like maybe 40 to 45% of cars that you're literally not even gonna touch, which is ridiculously sad. I'm thinking of my RQ65 Raptor, which has been maxed since it was a useful car and now is languishing after so many nerfs. I call him Basil. Hi, Basil. I definitely agree with the points you raised, though. Shame Hutch is unlikely to listen. Yes, this is the key part, and I also addressed this in my video. It's just the neglect. Hutch just neglects things. Even like when I'm literally crying for help in their faces with a video, which all of you guys have seen and even commented and replied to and watched, and I really appreciate everybody that watched that video. I feel like as long as I'm still complaining, I still care about this game to some degree, and the day that I stop complaining altogether is the day of no return. Yeah, dude. Hutch is just unlikely to listen. I would be surprised. Alright, 19 minutes. The lack of compensation when they nerf a car should be tackled. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, think about every single owner that owns a DS numero 9. Like, this car literally just has ultra performance. Seeing your max legendary getting nerfed in stats, and without getting some form of compensation, free tokens is simply unfair. Yeah, I completely agree. Because, like, here's the thing. I'll use a very straightforward example. Your DS numero 9. If you own a DS numero 9, you have it fully upgraded, it gets nerfed. Basically, it's useless now. It's literally abysmal. It is ultra performance, right? And maybe comes the day that Hutch actually turns it into an ultra and you get your tokens back. Yeah, I guess technically in a way you're compensated for your fuses at that moment. But what Hutch doesn't realize is that you honestly should be compensated as a player on that time where the DS numero 9 stayed 65. Let's say that the next time rarities change will be like 4 months from now. In that 4 months, your DS numero 9 has been useless. In those 4 months, you use 15 ultras to max it out, to use it for a purpose, where now it's just rotting. Not only your DS numero 9 is rotting, but the 15 ultras that you use to upgrade it are rotting until you get those tokens back. And that is if tokens come back. Like, I feel like if Hutch wanted to stick with the token system, we would have seen it by now. It's been over 14 months since we've last seen the token system. Like, obviously they don't want to continue with it if they're not going to bring it back. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, honestly, I completely agree. The lack of compensation is freaking abysmal. How can Hutch just let it fly? Like, oh yeah, just have 4 months of a completely nerfed car, you'll get your tokens back later on. But the 4 months where you just couldn't use it, the 4 months knowing that you have a DS numero 9 in your garage and it's just bringing you no value, like you don't get compensated for that. Oh, what does Cord have to say, man? I agree with you also. The fact no more Tri-Series is killing the game, but 3 questions I have are: how long will Hutch allow his players to continue without rebalance of cars? Look at the RQ50s. Should Hutch add another rarity? I think that another rarity would be quite nice. Maybe epics from like 65 to 75 or something like that, and then legendary actually starts at 76 to maybe 85, and then maybe above 85 is a completely different rarity. It would make packs even more interesting to open, to be honest. Yeah, how long? I wish I could answer this to you, but yeah, this is a great question. I'm sure he's asking it to Hutch. How long until we get another rebalance of cars? It's been over 14-15 months and there's no sign of it. Or should Hutch get rid of a rarity and base each card just in their RQ score? That would be a very interesting way to tackle things. I don't think Hutch has the mental capacity to even pull that off, to be honest. I have a similar idea when upgrading. Perhaps it should be a base on an RQ range. Example, RQ65 would need RQ65 245 to upgrade, or an RQ80 needs an RQ80 to an RQ60 to upgrade. That's a very interesting way to put it as well. I didn't think of it that way. That might be a pretty interesting way to go about the upgrades of things. Like, you need to use a 45 to a 65 to upgrade a 65, which means that you can even use some supers in that regard. But that's also like, I feel like this idea would only set into place if they got rid of all rarities and just based everything on RQ score. That would be pretty interesting, I would say. Well said. The only thing you didn't address that kills the joy of upgrading epics and legends. For many of us, it's the nerfing. Yes, true. Yeah. So we talked about that earlier as well. You know, it's not fun. Like, a lot of Audis I actually don't like upgrading, and this isn't even a new thing. This was like all the way back to 2018, 2019. I never was a fan of upgrading Audis because I've maxed out Audis before, my RS6, my RS7, and I've seen all those cars that used to be medium ground clearance that go down to low. And, you know, so now it's like I'm kind of putting matters into my own hands. It's like, I don't trust what the game designers at Hutch are doing. I don't think that they are able to do their job well. So because of that, I actually do my own research on epics before I want to upgrade. And when I'm talking about when I want to upgrade an epic, I do my own research. I don't just mean how well it performs in the game. I literally will, if it's a medium ground clearance epic, let's say it's a Mercedes C43 or something like that, I will search up on Google, what is the ground clearance of a Mercedes C43? Better yet, I'll go find a C43 in real life and actually go measure it myself and then put it to Hutch guidelines of what makes an epic, which on the top of my head, I forget what the number is, but there is a number for this. I don't know if it's still said and true. But yeah, it's completely true. Like there's a fear in upgrading your epics because you don't know if the stats are truly real or not, because Hutch can change anything in an instant. And yeah, it's really, really frustrating. I'll be honest, it's really, really frustrating. And that's why every time I want to upgrade an epic that isn't a passion project, a car that I actually don't care about, maybe I need for a tri-series, I will do further research on that epic. I will literally see how it performs in real life, whether it's a 0 to 100 and the MRA and medium ground clearance, or the 0 to 60 or top speed. The main two things to look for, that I look for, at least in an epic, when I want to upgrade it and look for the real life stats, is the 0 to 100 time. Sometimes fastestlaps.com would give you like a good gauge, average maybe. Like it's not 100% accurate, but it might give you an idea. And then another one is the medium ground clearance, like the ground clearance of the car, if it's medium or high or anything like that, or even the tires, for example. Yeah. So yeah, I completely agree with this dude, man. Like it's so true. Like they just nerf cars and it just feels like. Yeah. Your point about uncertainty is key here. I had one legendary Lotus Evora Max Lotus fan. Nice, cool, just like Clarkson. Took a break from playing. Once I came back, I found out it was down to an epic. I had really no more upgraded legends. Now I'm afraid to upgrade anything. I can see anything going down Rarity in the future. Yeah, honestly, like that's another reason why nobody wants to upgrade to 65s or 50s or anything like that, is because you never know when it's going to go down, right? And I know it's a bit maybe counterintuitive, because like I did say that it would be nice to have, you know, really common rebalancing. But I also mentioned in the video yesterday that as long as us as a player base got used to frequent balance changes and frequent rarity changes, then maybe it wouldn't be that bad to upgrade a 65 if it goes on to an ultra rare, because at least we'll be accustomed to know that, oh, okay, we'll get tokens pretty soon whenever the next change comes. But now it's like you just don't know, because Hutch, I feel like Hutch doesn't know what they're doing. And like, yeah, so obviously I don't know what to do if they don't know what to do. You know what I mean? This the feeling of uncertainty is honestly very, very frustrating. Honestly, like people always ask me, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of heights? Am I afraid of ghosts? Am I afraid of the dark? I'm afraid of ghosts, to be fair. But it's also weird because I don't think they exist. But like, I think one of the things that I'm definitely afraid of the most is the unknown. Like the unknown is what I'm afraid of the most, and that's why kind of like I don't like the water. I like swimming in like a pool, but like open ocean stuff, that scares me. Like the unknown, you don't know what's down there. Yeah. So yeah, uncertainty. It's not a good feeling. They could also implement a similar system they use for legendary duplicates for an upgrade. If you have a duplicate ultra rare, could even require one of them to be max. The second one could be used as an epic. Yeah, it's just basically another idea to throw around. Ooh, Spoolie! What's up? Got a Patreon over here. About the 65s, the Jerry's, you can see a trend of a lot of other rarities getting lots of low-end cars. I think Hutch is lining things up to have another rarity shift soon and everything get moved down. That's the thing though, I don't like how Hutch is doing it. They kind of get a lump sum of data and then they kind of just like change everything and they don't do anything for the next 2 years. I want it to be fluid, you know? Like, instead of just going for new cars all the time, I don't mind having an update just focused on rarity changes and balancing. I feel like there's just so much ingredients in the soup, the flavor is just overpowered. I think it's time to balance things out a little bit, add a little bit more stock into it, you know? Like, don't throw in every other vegetable on the planet. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of 65s in the game. Hutch is probably trying to do a lump sum change, but that's kind of what I'm against. The whole principle of how they are treating and handling the game is one of the main reasons I quit. Seeing these changes actually be implemented will bring a lot more players back and make the game more fun overall. Excellent video. Well, thank you so much to you, sir. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people are quitting because they don't have faith in the game and the team that runs the game right now. That's kind of just what it is. What really happened? What really needs to happen is for Blossom to put together a group of OG players. The thing is, this thing kind of exists, but I'm not in it. And yeah, I don't really know who's in it. But then again, I feel like even if this were to happen, they're not really gonna listen. They're just gonna be political about it. They'll be like, oh, okay, thank you for your input. We'll see what we can do in the future. Have a good day. F off, basically. I'm not in this kind of Hutch communication player OG thing, but I am in a creator chat with all the other creators. Honestly, it's a really dead Discord channel. Not a lot of things go on in there. It's kind of just, yeah. Okay, next up, I think what they could do with the low RQ epics is choosing cars that are insane value for that RQ to be low range epics. As the RQ goes up, the increase in performance gets less and less until it hits next rarity. It could justify why you want to use a low range car from that rarity, because higher range cars just become too expensive for what they're worth, but that would also make higher range cars obsolete. I don't want the highest range cars to be useless. Like there comes to a point where, you know, if it becomes too good, then you make it too hard for anyone to use. It's not really going to solve anything, because then those cars become obsolete. There'll be a new best car, and then that car will probably be pushed up to being too expensive to use. I think the key is to find like really decent balancing to make every car useful in their own way. Got to say, Blossy, I hate your full rant videos, but I still watch them all to the end. But this is a masterpiece. Agree with you 100%. You explained your point really well, ran about it, and gave solutions to problems. Hats off. Thank you very much. Yeah, honestly, these are some of my favorite comments. The people that usually disagree with me, that do agree with me for once. It's nice to see that we can agree on something. Like, at least us as a player base can at least come together and say that Hutch is actually running this like a shit show right now. It would seem to me that a new collection comes out, and they should be a little stronger. But after that collection leaves the mainstream, and before the next collection, the whole thing should be rebalanced. Also, upgrade clubs. Yes! Please, upgrade clubs. Also, yeah, upgrade costs of epics are nuts, and to be honest, 6 years this game has been around. I bet free-to-play players from day one still don't have a Legend Max. Explain to me how any game should take 6 years to get the best. Yeah, honestly, like, that's just way too much. Look, like I said, I feel like this game is still running on its ethos of, like, 2017 from when it released. Back then, there weren't a lot of legendaries you could have collected in the game, so obviously, like, one legendary could take a long time to upgrade because there weren't a lot of legendaries for you to collect. But now there's so many legendaries in the game, and if you want people to collect so many legendaries, they also need to be, you know, you gotta pick up the pace. If they're picking up the pace of the amount of cars in the game, they gotta pick up the pace of how you upgrade all of them as well. But yeah, it would seem to me the new collection comes out, they would seem a little bit stronger. I think this is just an observation from what you're trying to say here. That is true. It's a bit blatant, honestly, in my opinion. I've been playing for 5 years, only 7 legis, no price car legis. Okay. Completely agree. Calls 5 fuses should be 5, 10, 15 rather than 6, 11, 15. Great video. I don't like what Hutch does with their RQ rating anyway. Hennessy Venom Spider is 2 RQ cheaper than Hennessy Venom. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's really stupid. Like, is that just price car RQ tax? Although it's outperformed everywhere, or they changed the DS numero 9. Yeah, completely agree. I'll go through this a lot faster because I know that a lot of comments going on here. I don't want this video to end up being like 2 hours, something like that. Great video, and I agree. As me going there, my garage frame that cars are not worth it and putting it to good use. And you said you don't ask how I know. All the best. All the best to you, Mr. Rocky. What else do we have? Poor Jerry, bro. Biggest thing that will kill TD is no more Tri-Series. I don't think that the biggest thing that will kill TD is no more Tri-Series. I think taking away Tri-Series is not like the best move that you could do. If they could think of a substitute that is as fun, as competitive, and as adrenaline pumping as a Tri-Series, then maybe that could save it. But if you are replacing Tri-Series outright with GT Series, yeah, that's gonna kill top drives, honestly. But also, like, another thing that would kill top drives is the fact that they're just taking away Tri-Series. Like, they're taking away things that players never really complained about, you know, and they're adding things that players didn't really ask for. So it'll be interesting to actually have a poll on whether or not people prefer Tri-Series or GT Series. I tend to think that GT Series are even more tasking than the Tri-Series, because the Tri-Series focuses down on 5 cars and whatever you have to upgrade those 5 cars, and if you can obtain those 5 cars, A GT series is more than just 5 cars. It's literally just everything in the requirement. Literally from like uncommon to rare to super rare to ultra rare to epic to legendaries. And you know, a GT series and a Tri series are very similar in time frame. And yeah, you just don't have enough time to upgrade all those cars, those rares, those super rares, those ultra rares, those epics. It's stupid. I honestly think that GT series is just stupid. They will always prioritize new cars over rebalancing, as it encourages buying packs. See, this is the stupid thing. If this is what Hutch thinks, make new price cars or make new cars good so people buy pack, it's so stupid. Like, honestly, make every car good. Make every car useful, right? Obviously, some cars are going to be better than others, but what I like to say is, like, some things could be more perfect than others, like something could make less mistakes than others, but it doesn't mean that anything needs to be bad. For example, I have a 3.5 GPA. Like, back in high school, I have a 3.5 GPA. I had a couple of B's in there. I had a couple of D's in there. Yes, I had a D and I still came out with 3.5. Crazy, right? Because the D was only in chemistry. And yeah, I mean, there are going to be mistakes. And then my friend, ridiculously smart, is a 3.8 GPA, basically just A minus everything at least. I think that we were both still pretty good students. I don't think we were both bad students, whether it's a 3.8 or a 3.5, but obviously my friend is a better student than I am. And that's kind of what I want the cars in Top Drives to be. Like, not all of them are going to be Blossom Choice. Not all of them are going to be perfect. But, like, at least make some more useful. And I think a great way of doing that is just, honestly, how you upgrade them. Like, make some cars cheaper than others. It should be like this. Ooh, I want to see what this guy's got to say. A65 should require 1 ultra and 2 super rare. Same for each rarity from super rare to epics. 65, 68, 1 ultra, 2 super. 69 and 73, 2 ultra, 1 super. 73, 79, 3 ultra rare. Honestly, I think 73 or 79 is too much. We make 73 cars literally the most useless in the game. I think 3 ultra should be reserved for maybe 75 and above. Like, 73 is still mid-range in my opinion. Like, 74, like 74 and stuff should still be 2 ultra or 1 super. That's my opinion. But yeah, I mean, a lot F in the chat for the Jerry owner. Yeah, there are a lot. There are a lot of comments over here. This comment actually pissed me off though. I really did not enjoy this comment. Could not disagree with you more. If you find the 65 or 66 that beats all the ultras, you have a big advantage. Well, the thing is, there are not a lot of 65 and 66 that beats all the ultras. Go and find some. There might be 2 or 3 out of, like, what, 300 epics. And like, it also kind of means that, like, what, are you okay with all the other 65 and 66s losing to ultra rares? Are you okay with A's losing to B's? Then why are there A's? Like, are you okay that things are unbalanced? That just doesn't sit the right way with me. For just 1 or 2 RQ more, you have a guaranteed win. Well, that should always be the case. Or not only beating an ultra. Like, I just feel like, okay, a 65 doesn't need to beat a 64 everywhere. But at least, like, trade blows, you know, kind of tell me why you're worth 1 RQ more. It doesn't need to be like a wipeout, but like, at least make it closer than it is. I mean, when you saw the video yesterday, the Maxi is literally beating epics, not in 1 or 2 races. It's like every single freaking race, man. Let's just jump. Like, literally, look at these super rares. They're not beating anything. The ultra rares are literally winning every single one. It's not even close. It's not a close competition. Like, if it was like, let's say the BMW M6 was maybe the best car on Hairpin Road because it's known for its MRA and lower 0 to 60, then maybe it will beat the Maxi on the Hairpin. That would be a little bit more fair, but no, it's not even close. I just don't agree with that. Yeah, what's up, brother? Ricardo, right? Ricardo. I can tell that profile picture anywhere. Well said, low RQ epics are dead and worthless. No one cares to upgrade them. Yeah, man, it's just, I'm broken by Jerry. Got me cracking up. I just want to say I love Jerry's. I love Jerry's. We love Jerry. Hutch doesn't. Exactly. We love Jerry. We love Jerry. Okay? We love Jerry. We just want to make all of them special. With all respect, I don't know about everything you're suggesting, but there's one thing for certain, and that's Hutch needs to change shit and stop saying they're looking into rarity changes. Yeah, they gotta stop being political, dude. Like, seriously, stop saying it and actually do it, for crying out loud. Agree 100%. Okay, but you kind of ate those bars about, oh, he was talking about how I was blocking the times. Yeah, well, I like my face. I'm a narcissist like that. Welcome. Sure. This comment pissed me off. Why is he so mad? 65 epics meant to be fused with this. That pissed me off. That pissed me off so much. That shouldn't be the ethos of the game. Like, that's it. 65s are just fused material, nothing more. Like, you know, one day HUD is gonna force you to use those 65s in a challenge series. Are you gonna feel good that you're gonna have to fully upgrade your fuse material to use it for 5 races to pass like 1 level in a challenge? Like, the thing is, when you think about a car as fuse material, when you think of a car as hot garbage, as I like to call it, it's never gonna end well for the car, honestly. Like, I feel like in a perfect world of top drives, no car should truly be considered hot garbage. Maybe pernicious ulcer, but no car should truly be considered hot garbage. I want every dog to have its day. But yeah, I agree. Hutch, take notes. In fact, hire Blossom. They're never gonna do that because I actually know my shit. Pay to actually make a fun game. Yeah, a lot of people have said that before, but that's, yeah, whatever. I'm really starting to get bored of this game. Track says absolutely sucks. Yes, they do. All those Christmas stocking bauble events are terrible. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my videos. I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys. I really enjoyed a lot of the comments that I read today. Thank you so much for, you know, spending your time and sharing your thoughts. That was really awesome of you guys. But anyway, guys, hopefully we'll see some improvements from now on. Obviously, it's a Christmas break right now, so I don't think we'll expect much to come from Hutch. But hopefully in the new year, we can finally steer on the right track. I honestly felt that the game in 2022 was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. 2023 was when things kind of got a bit too overwhelming. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to stay safe, wash your hands. I hope you have a great day, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't